Hello, everybody. We are here for with Anchor Viper and Destro Designs to talk about the horniest moments in GI Joe history. Okay, chat's going wild here.
Hello,
I
everybody.
don't want to deal with drama.
Here
Let's do it.
with Anchor
Maybe we can do
Viper
the
and
drums.
Destro Design.
Is that me?
That was my fault. I fixed it.
Okay. All right.
I had the
All
video
right.
open in another page.
All right. So we'll just move on from drama to later and get to the fun stuff. So we've got Just Another Jerk, Mega Doomer, Paul Morales. We've got Tex Thompson. And we've got G.I. Dave, Just Another Jerk. All kinds of people in the chat here. Melted Copper, of course. Finally, Melted Copper's been asking for you to be here for like weeks, months. He's basically disappointed whenever there's a man instead.
Right.
I missed you too, Copper. Hello, Opportunity.
We did have a question in the chat as to whether or not this is like, is it over sexualizing? Are we like going beyond the idea of like when you're a kid? Is this just an invention of the internet that we're now sexualizing cartoon characters? That we're looking at cartoon characters and going, "Oh, this was sexualized." And I just want to confirm, like, no, it's not all cartoons. It's just G.I. Joe. Like if you watch He-Man, right? If you watch Mike Ray, how are you? New York
Knights, what up?
Night, right? Because this is the thing. I've been watching tons of cartoons lately, and it's crazy when you look at them. They're pretty innocent, but G.I. Joe is not, and we know that animators always pull shit. Like you're gonna see. Like, I think at the end of this night, like we'll definitely going to see some evidence that it's not all in our head. I mean, we know that I am likely to, I think, like pull something inappropriately sexual out in a live stream, right? As is Anchor. But it ain't us, man. It ain't our imagination, dude.
No, I think it's when you go back and you look at it, I'm pretty sure it's you can say that, hey, when you have this much airtime, this many episodes, that writers are gonna write. This is like a real thing. They're adults writing cartoons, so it's gonna transcend maybe even just on a level of they're not even thinking about it. They're just writing and like, oh, here's a part where a man and a woman are face to face in a bubble, and it looks like they're gonna kiss, and they already have history. It's the only thing, and I would say that's like as normal as that's just all in passing, like something that even seemed more obvious, and it's slightly different, but like say like Leatherneck and Wetsuit's relationship, that's a married couple. They fucking argued like married couple, you know what I mean? That's 25 years of marriage that makes you bicker over little shit like that. That seems like it was written intentionally, as opposed to after how many episodes is there? 90 something is Sumbo or whatever it is. God, I'm gonna sound like an idiot because I'm probably off, but I know it's a lot. And so I feel like it kind of just got baked in, but because we look at it as this thing from our childhood where you can look back and go, oh dude, that looks like they're gonna bang. And so then it starts to get a little weird. You're like, oh, Flint is definitely railing Lady J. There's no question. Like they are banging in the back of the APC. If the APC is rocking, don't come knocking.
Well, here's the question: like, is it yes, us as adults looking back and inserting this in? This is how it's posed. Is it us inserting sexuality into a cartoon that was relatively innocent, or is it the creators were like trying to be playful and doing little pervy little in jokes and doing what they wanted to do to entertain themselves? I don't know. What do you think? What do you think, Anchor Viper?
I think that we've got some stills to show them that will prove that this is no accident. that some of the artistic choices leave very little to the imagination, and some of them there's nothing else you could have been drawing except for some sensitive anatomy, which is not required for the scene. So I don't think we're necessarily making it all up.
Oh yeah, no. That was I actually have an answer for myself. I just thought I'd let you guys answer first, but 100%. I mean, I'm sorry. I talked to Buzz Dixon, and like we know behind the scenes, we know what's going on. Plus, like, GI Joe is just not that innocent. I don't think it, even like in just like I mean, just in every way, right? I mean, like the cartoon's the most innocent thing there is, but everything else about GI Joe is like anything but innocent. I mean, it's an IP that's entirely about domestic terrorists, an organization of terrorists that do all kinds of horrific things, and they use guns, flamethrowers, and those are the good guys, and there's not a lot of
and then there's Cobra, and then there's GI Joe.
Right, exactly. So they're not a lot of innocence here in GI Joe, I think, ever.
That's a good point. Even the good guys throw like NATO weapons rules right out the window, and like we've got multiple guys who will just flamethrow your posse, like, which is just insane.
Antonius blocks his X-Men 90s animated, put some sauce in the show too. Yeah, all right, well, not just G.I. Joe. I will say though, He-Man was pretty sexless. If you watch He-Man recently, there is not a lot going on. I know it says, I think Opera D had mentioned that there's some gay subtext into He-Man that has always that's a joke though. I don't think they put the gay subtext in
right,
like on purpose, where I do think like you're gonna see at the end of this thing that Buzz Dixon and Flint Dille and all those guys were putting this in on purpose, right?
Sounds
like, this is not an accident,
hilarious. I mean, I feel like if you watch, even like especially today, if you look at a lot of the different cartoons that are out now, I think it started with like, if you look at Disney cartoon movies from like the 90s, there's a lot of adult overtones way up here, right? The kids, like you see, if as a kid, like I remember I was 12, 13 years old when Aladdin came out, right? And not that they're necessarily dirty jokes, but there's a handful of jokes in there that as a kid, you're like, I don't understand what he means, but you just plow through. You don't try to dissect it. But when you look back as an adult, you're like, oh, that was written for us adults, like without a doubt. Sometimes it's just a look, like something will be said with some odd phrasing, and then like two adults will look at each other, connoting that oh, did you hear what he just said? That's hilarious, that sort of thing. So I feel like it's baked into it now. Being baked into it then seems natural.
Yeah, I mean, I think the other thing is when you look at this very weird group of characters here, even in just the design of the characters, it's like Ron Rudat when he talks about like making the Baroness, he's like, yeah, I put her in a leather bondage suit because it's hot,
tight as hell, skin tight.
Oh, this is a good point. Tex brings up, speaking as a close friend of the guy who painted the golden phallus into Little Mermaid poster, I can assure you there is questionable art. It's on purpose to mock the producers. 100%, right? So, like, that's the thing is Disney. We all know about that Disney was putting, penises in the cover of the Little Mermaid. There's a frame of Who Framed Roger Rabbit where you can see Jessica Rabbit naked. It's just one frame, so it's basically a fraction of a second. You won't notice it, but I mean, Jessica Rabbit doesn't. She's doesn't need to be naked either. It's like,
right. Operative D says he can't have warfare and bloodshed, but we can put a ton of sex jokes and innuendo. Right. We can't actually see a guy even get grazed on the arm and go down with a flesh wound, but we could talk about the bear flesh. That's hilarious.
You saw Porky's when you were 10. Yeah, I think I did too. So
oh God, I saw so many movies in the 80s that I should not like. Every time we talk about like a year of figures, I always kind of look and see what movies came out, and I was like, yeah, but I think oh my God, I saw that at like Rambo, the original movie. I saw that as soon as it hit VHS. I was like 4 or 5. You know what I mean? Like, you can't let kids watch shit like that. That's crazy. I mean, you can. It's not the end of the world, but they'll survive.
Maybe it was a Snake Eyes is the Gimp from Pulp Fiction. Anyway, all right, we'll get into it in a minute. But how are you two doing? Anything new in your worlds?
Ladies first.
Yeah.
Well, just wrapped up sending out. A lot of you guys know. Just wrapped up sending out all the rewards for the TV Cobra Season 2 Kickstarter. So, thank you to everybody. A lot of you guys came from this community. This was the very first show that we were ever on. So thank you guys for making that happen. I hope you all are loving your rewards right now. Got this show right now today, and then probably going to take a little bit of a break for a week or two to relax, make sure you guys all got your stuff and everything's working. So that's what I've just been focusing on, nothing but getting the Kickstarter rewards out, and feeling very, very gratified that it's all done and in your hands.
Nice. Well, yeah, I thought it was awesome. Love the stuff.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
absolutely loved it. So really, really fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Cool
What about
stuff.
you? What you got going on here?
I'll you know me, I could talk forever about shit, but I'll just keep it to the weekend. Saturday, I had an awesome meetup with two of the boys from the Twitter community. My brother CG Horror, who I have been close with for about a year, so it was nice to actually meet him. And then a newer member to the group who is just absolutely awesome, has really slid into what is the nature of our group and just really embodies it. Riptide O'Leary. Riptide made a sizable. I left with a lot of goodies. Right here, my brother CG Horror printed me, and take a look at this fucking thing. Straight up classified app. That is just, it is a super clean print. It's got the skid plate on the bottom. The tires are functioning. The cannons are solid. It weighs a ton because it's super quality. I'm going to put a little bit of a weathering on it and get some water slides. Like every G.I. Joe vehicle should have at least one no step sticker, right? Like one somewhere it's got to say no step. And then now it's official. So the first I got this, which is the 00 Snake Eyes. I won't take the whole thing out, but dude, it is like the coolest thing. It is just absolutely amazing. So Riptide gave me this for myself, and then he donated what is in essence his entire classified collection, because he's decided he's all about 3 3/4. And he was like, I've just been holding on to these things for like, a minute, and they're just sitting in a closet. And he's like, you know what to do with them, give them to people. So he gave me 2 huge boxes of figures, and there's dope figures like Serpentor, the special SDC Mindbender, the deluxe Snow Serpent, just fantastic sought after figures. And on top of those 2 huge boxes full of stuff, he donated a full, completely never opened HasLab Dragonfly, who has already been decided it's going to our brother Mark Potter, who is just a sweetheart of a man, a absolute, just like if everybody looked at life and was as kind as he is, we would not have any of these problems. He's a really great guy. But anyways, he made it abundantly clear. He was like, I'll never be able to get a Dragonfly, and it was like his favorite thing. And so as soon as I heard that it was coming, I said, I'm not even gonna put this out for like a raffle. Let's just give this to Mark. And so I'll be putting a post out about it to the community if anybody wants to donate to the shipping cost, because it's probably going to be about $200 to ship it to England, which I don't care. If everybody's tight, I'll pay for it. That's fine. But any help I get from the community will be great. I was trying to get the post out today. It didn't happen. Also from CG Horror, over the weekend, I got because I am 788 obsessed. Got that, which was excellent. Another super great print. This is signed by Larry Hama now.
Oh, nice. Wow. Yeah.
Yep. So I did my best. Larry is of a certain age, and he had been sitting in that chair all day, and I could see in his eyes that he was a little tired. So I tried not to give him the full mega Soldier Boy chest blast Destro experience, right? Like I tried to reel it in, and I did the best I could. But he, the guy's probably heard the story. How many times do you think Larry Hama has heard some dude standing there going, bro, you saved my life? Like I'm sure he hears that numerous times every time he's at a con. So when I was saying it to him, and I could see it was not raising a blip on his radar, because he had heard it so many times. And I'm not saying this in the negative. I just was like, thank you, brother. You're the absolute best. Have a great day. I didn't know what else to say.
How long did you talk before you had his entourage just like lead you off?
Oh, no, actually, dude, I got there. I know that's not happened. That's definitely happened before. So I got there very late in the day. I was going down through White Plains. I hit a bunch of traffic. So by the time I got there, I kind of had to hustle over to where they were. But when I walked up, there was nobody. There was no line. He was just sitting there like this at the table. And I was like, that doesn't seem right. How is the greatest, comic writer of all time sitting behind, and there's nobody like clamoring to get in front of him? But that's, it was the end of the day. And it was great. We also met Lady J, who is Mary McDonald Lewis. And
I talked about her a lot tonight. Yeah.
No, she was incredibly gracious, dude. I thought I had her signed. Oh, there it is. It is right here. Hold on. I'll show you. she was incredibly gracious with her time. She, you know, this is the picture she signed for me. It was absolutely
nice.
fabulous.
Cool.
You know, and it's really sharp. The white pops. She even said, she's like, "Do you mind if I do it in the white because it really looks good?" And I said, "Absolutely, you can do whatever you want with it." And yeah, right. So the cool part was in a time when she's supposed to be behind this table making money, she literally came over and was standing with our crew and recognized who we were from the Twitter community. It was kind of mind-blowing because those two were there for almost an hour together before I got there. So when I came up, they must obviously were talking to her, but she was like, "Oh, there he is," and I was something crazy surreal about being recognized by
That is funny.
famous voice actress. You know, I just my mind was blown. She was incredibly nice. Like I said, stood out there, hung out with us. It was cool. And then we just went. We got some pizza and just chit chatted for a while. And then me and Rip spent the night. It took me like 4 hours to get back. I got home after midnight, but it was no thing. And then yesterday I had the pleasure of chatting on the podcast with who I consider to be my favorite toy photographer and the best, Mate Mylar, who is just a fantastic dude. He was incredibly giving with he was spilling the beans. He was giving us, hey, this. I mean, you know, you cannot go wrong with and he was nice enough when I said I wanted him to come back with Yojo Collectibles and Sneaky Figures to do a photo collaboration where, to me, these are like some of the top-notch toy photographers all having like a panel thing to talk about it on the show. So I think that's really awesome. He was very nice. And yeah, I mean, I can
out here. Anchor Vibe back to Kickstarter. I think it was super creative and original. Great work.
Thank you, Quick Rocks.
Nice. We did have a comment. This is not
It
your
is.
thing.
That dossier is like the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. I wasn't sure I would come across. It was because it's so, I don't know, kind of out of the box, but I'm glad y'all took it the way it was intended.
No, it's I haven't been able to read the entire thing yet, but first off, it looks exactly like you would want it to, you know,
Yeah.
if you were like, this
is calling you out there, Destro.
What happened?
Melted Copper's calling you out accurately. He says Destro Designs has a childlike enthusiasm. They should just let him go and see how long he can go. No, because it'll be 6 hours from now.
Yeah, I couldn't believe him when he said Larry Hama didn't have to drag him away.
And then he says he's just so fast. He's just so excited. He's speaking as fast as he can to say everything. And surprisingly, he hasn't done cocaine at least in 20 or 30 years, if ever. Right? So.
It's been a very long time. It's God, what am 20? Wow, probably 15 to 20 years. Yeah, they're super long time. Well, because after a few times of trying it, you're just like, I don't need this. I am this. I'm already this. I don't need it.
Larry does seem to have a weird reaction to G.I. Joe, which is like he doesn't get like I don't think he seems to get like the love because for him it's like an accident that turned into his life.
Right.
And you know, and I think he makes like a good amount of money, but for him it's not like a ton. And so it's like a hit or miss. All right, we have a couple of good comments here. Assholian says, Mark, stand up, give us a spin. Let us see those Action Force panties on theme for the night. This is a reference to, I did a video with Bobby Valla, and he was pitching his Action Force merch. And apparently they make panties. They make thongs. And I was like, how do you put Action Force on the thong, right? He's like, you put it on the front, man.
The front. Yeah. Bunch of metal bands have stuff like that.
An Action Force thong, man.
Yeah, there's enough material. There's enough material.
Yeah, from what you were saying though about Larry, it's almost like the opposite. I've heard from people that Ron Rudat, you know, if you met him and you're like, dude, you're like the greatest fucking designer, man. You've like all these figures that I've been obsessed with for 40 years. You know, you designed all these fucking things. They're amazing. That he's kind of receptive to that, which I feel like more people should mention when they talk about Larry and how great G.I. Joe is. Granted, you know, he wrote the comics, but I feel like Ron should be right there. They should be like, yeah. And by the way, you know, Ron created all these fucking figures, which are just, you know, the whole thing.
Oh yeah. So Mega Doom says he met Ron and his wife. Yes. Okay. What is the Kickstarter you mentioned? I think the Kickstarter we mentioned is the Anchor Viper TV Cobra Kickstarter, which you got all kinds of cool stuff, including a miniature TV that has the Anchor Viper, the TB Cobra season 1 on it. So very cool. Okay, so let's get into this.
Yeah, hold on. The Plague Doctor says Destro on Coke would be an impressive sight. It's very simple. Have you ever been in a crazy thunderstorm? It's just that. That's all. That just turned into like a crazy thunderstorm. It's all. Everything happens quick.
Yeah, let's not do that. That's not good. That's not good. All right. Anyway, so I think I missed the comment, but somebody said, "Hey, like the channel. This is not my thing." Hey, I don't. We're not gonna. This is gonna be pretty PG. Okay, the content, the things we're picking from, it's pretty PG-13 here.
Yes, right.
Like,
yeah,
we're gonna go blue on it, but we do that on when there's zero sexual content, when there's nothing to talk about. We've diverged into woods porn and weird shit, and like pretty much every week, and we're talking about. So I think you gotta kind of go with it.
Everybody's G.I. Joe head canon is filtered through their own thing. So everybody's like here, we're all talking through this microphone that says G.I. Joe, but there's a world of shit that happens behind it. So sometimes shit gets attached as you're talking G.I. Joe, and at times it's woods porn.
Yeah. What is so I think you're, this is you have to be of a certain age to have experienced the woods porn. Anchor Viper. I think this is probably before your time, is my guess, right? Was this not a thing? So in the 80s, right? The only way you could experience porn was you'd find it in the woods underneath like a trunk that probably a homeless person was
someone else's stash.
Yeah, it was just, and you'd be like, "This is awesome, dude."
Yep. It's my freaking cousin had, I think he took it from his dad's like drawer, and then he hid it. He had one of those plastic Fisher Price play sets, right? And it was in the corner of the yard, and there was like a bench like inside it on the corner. And if we like rocked it up just enough, he would slide it underneath there, and it lasted maybe the summer, because by fall it had been enough rainstorms. It's got all nasty, and then that's it. You gotta find new stuff, but that is in essence woods porn.
Oh no, yeah, we gotta leave the woods porn alone. I think maybe. All right, so let's get into the main topic here. When did you realize though, that there was, it is sort of, again, I do think it's true. Like as a kid, you wouldn't notice this stuff, right? Like you're not gonna notice but maybe like a subconscious way, like you kind of knew Lady J, and then walking around in negligee was kind of hot, but I don't know. When do you think you like figured it out that there was like creepy sex? There was like not creepy, but there was like a little undercurrent of some sexuality. You think you had a sense of that as a kid, or I don't know? Anchor Viper, start.
I think not. I don't think any of this stuff registered at all. It maybe like some of the kinkier undertones, I'm sure, had played on everyone's subconscious and stuff like that. But I know I wasn't thinking, oh wow, those are ass cheeks, that they drew. There's no way. I was not thinking like her butt crack is hanging out. No way.
Right. I feel like I think it was, watching Shipwreck. He was clearly hounding, right? And I have an uncle that was sort of like that. And I grew up, my parents were young, so I went to a lot of barbecues, backyard parties where all the kids just ran wild and the parents had fun. And there was something about Shipwreck that reminded me of one of my uncles, and then this other guy that was like friend of the family or whatever. And I had seen that dude like making out with chicks all the time. So when I saw Shipwreck doing that, I remember being like, he's making out with these chicks. And there was something about like and I can't say this next part, I can't say for sure if I understood it as a kid, but it definitely stood out. And that was like that every time they had, it happened multiple times in the first season, they'll cut scene. And it'll be like Shipwreck standing there with like two other Joes, and then there's like a lady behind the desk, and they just immediately jump right into the lady behind the desk saying, "You can go in, but your friend is out of here." There was shit like that, and you recognize it as something along those lines. But to speak directly to when the Baroness and Destro got caught kissing, I was like, oh, okay. It was almost like all these other things that I had seen before immediately became real. Like I thought maybe that looked weird, but I wasn't sure. And then when you saw the Destro and the Baroness kiss, it was like, oh, okay, they are. This is what this is.
Having Penthouse in the 80s was like having the nuke codes to the world, right?
It's
Kick
true.
Rock says, I wanted to bang Lady J the moment I laid eyes on her. And how old were you at this point is the question. I would say, yeah, it was more of an innocent thing, right? You had a little crush, maybe.
Right.
But it was like you wanted to hold hands and shit. I mean, like, that you're a kid.
Right.
I don't think it went dark, but we knew what was going on. We can see now what's going on in the in this.
Well, Lady J had like
as a kid, Baroness's backside was burned to my heart from the intro, where wait. See, we can use this as my first reference. Cobra Commander Destro are waiting. I think I have queued that up. That image. There we go.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
I mean, like that back bend there is
Caked up.
You called it, man. I had the same thought there.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's not an accident there, right?
No. Well, that's the thing. It's undeniable. It's not like even if they were real people, you would still say, oh, they put that ass in there on purpose because you set the camera, and even in editing you saw it. Like nobody took it out. It wasn't like, oh wait, they were showing the Baroness's ass. Maybe we need to. Can we zoom in a little? Can we get the thing she's standing in front of and make it see it without the ass? No, they put that big old cake right there. And then that's what happens. We do a podcast about it 40 years later.
Call sign smash says, yeah, hold hands. That's it. Hey, all right. Yeah, in defense of any sexualization of G.I. Joe characters, there is a regular feature on YouTube of Pokemon Smash or Pass. Okay. That to me seems a little far here.
I would agree.
Baroness is a woman here,
Right. These are mythical creatures.
Megan Doom says it's clear Baroness pegs Destro on the regular. I mean, I think, they always remind me of a Morticia and Gomez Adams, like they're just like constantly just like always want to have sex. Like that's all they're thinking about. That's all they're doing. Like
definitely.
Right. Right. They definitely gave that off, right? There was definitely that vibe that there was something going on. And again, I feel like it always came back to me relating the things I saw like this in the cartoon, the things I saw in real life at these backyard barbecues. Because when you're a kid, you're like a Google camera doing like street view, where you're just walking around, you're picking up everything that's happening around you. And then you get a little older and you start to understand what it is, and those memories become, oh, now I know what they were doing. Oh, okay, yeah, they were banging.
I don't want none unless you got buns on. There you go. nice call out, Milton Copper. All right, so let's talk about some of these bits here. We got to our first one, but Anchor Viper, you were nice enough to pick out some shots. I have them queued up here if you want to so let's go to the first one here. The horniest moments.
Yep, I found an extremely horny moment. This one is completely full of horns. And then I realized this might not be the right kind of horns that you were talking about.
No,
that's fun.
I think you know. You have the Layla doll in the back there.
Yeah, my little Layla action figure.
Hell yeah.
What even episode is the bull? This is from the same episode, right?
Yeah, where the reptiles roam. I think it's episode 25. Yeah, this is actually a very horny episode. So luckily there's actually a few not literal horny episodes, figuratively horny scenes here.
All right, let's call up the next one here. Okay, this is the Baroness. You can talk us through this one.
Oh yeah, the titties front and center. And this we'll find out in the next one. This actually is the Baroness in disguise as Mary Bell at this little ranch that Cobra's running. There's Wild Bill coming up and giving her a little yahoo.
Where are his eyes? Her eyes are up there.
Yeah, exactly. His mouth is open, everything. And this shot actually starts with just the titties in it. His first is just the tits, and then he walks into the frame.
Yeah, this is the other frame you picked there.
Nice.
And then this is just a few minutes later. She reveals that she's actually the Baroness, and this is the shot that we're graced with. So if that doesn't make you horny,
I mean, like, they were doing that by accident. That's not an accident here.
right?
No. You could have easily done this. You could have got what was happening across without having put that in there. That is as on purpose as it could be.
Melticop says, "Oh, hit like guys, and feel free to open your wallets and super chat. Dismas is going to need to bribe the clown's daughter into letting him sleep with it." No. But I appreciate that anyway. Okay, and Tony's Blux is Marcus speaking about two weird stuff. Meanwhile, he has for sure a new Chitara proposal. Chitara's hot, all right? Let's not lie. We're not gonna lie.
right.
Maybe a cat, but
she was totally dressed in that, and like that very 80s looking. What would you call that? A leotard? Is that a leotard? Is that what that thing is? Like it's like a dance kind of thing.
She's a leotard, man.
Yeah, crazy.
That would be a little awkward, I guess. But she's. I think Mega Doomer has nailed what the Wild Bill is thinking there. Not reading that. Yes.
Little Miss Unicorn says, "Show Shipwreck in his underwear scene from Once Upon Joe, please." I'm trying to think. I don't remember that. I'm striking a blank on that one.
Yeah. Okay. We could try. I don't have that one queued up, but we can definitely
see. Once Upon a Joe.
Whatever suggestions we get that I didn't queue up already. She does have full body burns covered by surgery. That is true. It's good surgery, man. I guess, right? It looks pretty good to me.
You're right. That is sus that she has no belly button. Somebody said that. She must have just...
That is weird.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's a little disturbing. Chitara is probably the reason we have furries. Yeah, that's why I go to the conventions. But she looks good. She looks good. That's all I'm saying. All right. Again, there was no sexual tension between her and Lion-O. I don't remember, right? I feel like there was like this. That's another thing, right? Sexual tension in G.I. Joe was just like all of the time, pretty much, right?
I feel like that's pretty rampant. That is, blatant stuff like what we're looking at here, where there's a big rack right in the middle of the screen, showing a little midriff. Like that's definitely over. But I feel like the that tension, because wherever Shipwreck went, he was giving it off, right? So there's that, and then it was always Flint, Lady J, and then it seemed like, and maybe I'm kind of making this up because CoverGirl. Always like, because something I felt like everybody was always kind of gawking after her because she was like a supermodel.
Right. Okay. All right. What do you think? Anyone? What else should we call out here? What's another great moment? I want to throw one out there, or I can too. Okay. One of the most simp characters, absolutely a simp, is just Shipwreck. Constant.
Right.
I'm gonna play it.
I just got that song out of my head.
I'll kill the audio because it was whatever the echo, which I might get us screwed anyway. So I feel like we can probably play a clip if we don't play too long of one. So you find if you play a long one, they demonetize you. But man, look at this just pose that poor Shipwreck is in here. That is the most simp ass pose of anybody ever. And he is definitely like the simp of GI. He is the one who's just like the most obsessed about women in GI Joe, pretty much.
It's his whole personality.
Right.
Like what else to shipwreck is there? Like you get a moment when the one where they kidnap the families, you get a real moment where he kind of, talks to, because Shipwreck tells everybody he was adopted, and then he's talking to his adopted younger brother or his nephew or something like that, who was also adopted, and they were like, oh, this, that, and so you do get to see the human side there. But after that, you're like, where are the moments that he's speaking and not hounding on something, right? There's not many.
Surprised his face didn't turn into a wolf and howl. Yeah, pretty much. What do you think? What do you think, Satin? Anchor Viper, Satin fan?
I think that whole scene is so funny, but they're like, it's just so ridiculous. It's that whole scene is kind of horny, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, she sits on his lap. He's caveman.
Yeah, she sees them, and there's an instant connection. She's just like, all right, I'm going to save you guys. They're coming for you. Let's bounce.
He's a sailor, not gay, of course. He's crazy for the ladies. You're a sailor. You're stuck on the boat for a while. What are you going to do? It's not...
Melted copper. It's just something... He says something aside here. Other great cartoon perverts, Pepe Le Pew and Gambit of the X-Men. Listen, I think Pepe Le Pew has got to be hands down the horniest. I mean, he's borderline up. We can't say the word, but
he's not borderline. He is literally
he's an R.
He's me tooing that cat pretty much.
Right. I tell you, I don't know about you guys, but I get Lady J vibes from Satin. Right, it's not just the short hair, but she kind of has a voice that kind of, it's not the same, but the voice just to me hits me as something similar, and and she's kind of a bad bitch, you know what I mean? Like she barks at the cobras, you know what I mean? I remember digging it for sure, 100%.
Kick Rock says no, Shipwreck was not a simp. If you were at sea for months, you would do and say whatever is needed. That is true. That is true. That makes some. That is a good point here.
He's just another jerk. Okay.
Yeah,
that's funny. We can't say it, but just another.
It's been a while, That actually reminds me of another one I didn't grab, but I think about it. In the first miniseries, there's a moment, the girl who karate chops the benches with Raymar's sister.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Name. Tell me in the chat what's the girl's name. She has a really terrible voice. She talked like this.
Yes.
Like this, and then but Duke wakes up from a coma and he's like, I see a face, that beautiful face.
Right. Which is hilarious.
Right there, man. She's gonna kick your ass.
Right. I didn't understand it. It was crazy. It was like if you've ever seen it, they have YouTube videos galore of people coming out of like anesthesia and just saying the craziest shit. And so that's what it was like. It was like, dude, oh my God, what are you doing? Raymar's sister.
Raymar's sister, yeah. You remember? But then the next scene though, like so he's looking at. He's remembering her, and she comes on this, like a picture of her comes out on the screen. All of the G.I. Joes, they've all been like on a boat with 3 girls for like a year, apparently, because they're like, "Oh, look at her! Wow, look at her!" I'm like, what have you not seen?
Huh? I pulled up Raymar, and it only is Raymar's sister, and it's only telling me about Raymar.
Or Raymar, the other girl. It might not be his sister. I thought.
Right. The girl who saves him, who helps him escape. Right.
Yeah. Whatever her name is. She karate chops the benches and shit.
Duke
here's another one. Now you were saying, the Pepe Le Pew of G.I. Joe though has to be not Shipwreck. But Falcon, right? So here we go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, actually.
Okay. Here we go.
Nice legs for a grease monkey soldier.
Selena is her name.
Selena, thank you. All right. Come on, man.
that's
How bad is
hysterical.
that? That is, first of all, he slaps her ass in a cartoon for kids. Then he says, I can kiss it and make it feel better.
Rude.
Uh,
That's pretty funny.
That's
I mean,
horrifying, actually. Even
that's
he's probably
he's-
high though.
dude. He's basically he's like, yeah, what's up? I eat ass. That's what's up. Now let him know.
Spread Falcon.
That's that. I mean, even the way that Jinx talks about Falcon, right? When she's escorting who is Zarana in disguise, right? And then that girl is like, "Oh, you know, Falcon's a hunk, but I'm not telling you nothing." And basically, she just like shits on him.
Blow makes you horny. Yeah, it's true. And he is on Spark. So there we go. But yeah, this is pretty horrifying. And I think Buzz Dixon did talk about. I was watching Mike Mercy's. Is Matt Mercy? I don't know his channel.
Yeah,
great.
Mm.
Yeah, okay. And he's good. He's good, right? And I watched
channel. Michael Mercy's channel is awesome. If anybody here hasn't seen it, you should. I'm sure everyone here has seen it.
Probably, yeah. It's been around forever. He's been around for a decade.
Great show.
And he's great. But anyway, he interviewed Buzz, and he was pretty hard on the G.I. Joe movie. And Buzz was like, "Yeah, this is not cool. This is all. I mean, it's a hair worse than what Han Solo is like to Princess Leia. He doesn't slap her ass." Right. So it actually is worse. Yeah, it's not a hair worse. It's a lot worse, actually, I would say. Like where
he's supposed to be kind of a tool, you know. So it's not like they're framing him as a good guy. But I actually watched that interview before I watched the movie, so it made me enjoy the movie a lot more, knowing that the writers were like, "Oh my God, they're gonna keep Cobra la 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 la." The fact that the writers were all just like, "Oh my God, we're so embarrassed. I can't believe that's going in," and they're keeping it. You know,
yeah,
right. It made it a lot more enjoyable to watch the movie.
Sort of an aside, something that I read the other day when I was doing a little. Actually, I put it in the article. Now that I think about it, that the reason we wound up with like Cobra La and Serpentor, right, is because when Hasbro, the minds that be, were looking forward to the future, and they were talking about, this is just before 1986, because that's what I've been on, like breaking that year down, and they had decided that where they wanted to move in the future was to 100% replace Cobra Commander, like figure wise. And they had the movie in the future, right? They were like, yeah, the movie's going to be down the line, but this is what we want. We want there to be, when that movie kicks in, we want there to be a new leader. And then they came up with, they were like, well, there's only two ways we can go with this. They either have to make a new leader from scratch, or they have to reveal like a hidden hand, you know, that's been in the shadows. And they were like, hold my beer, I'll do both. And that's how we wound up with the new one from scratch, which is Serpentor, which leads us to the hidden hand, which is Globulus and his flying nutsack. I thought that was interesting. I was like, okay.
Yeah. Now, of course, in any 80s movie, if you slap a girl's ass in Act 1, and she slaps you in the face in Act 3, this is what happens. Right?
Right. I agree.
The 80s. Not a good time. Not a good time for women.
It's amazing how much can change in a short amount of time. Now, I just said that, making the fatal mistake that I do all the time. I still feel like the 80s were only 20 years ago. They were not. They were 40 years ago. So, like, whenever somebody talks about the 90s, I'm like, 10 years ago. Like, I don't know. That was 30 years ago, buddy. But yeah, if you watch the overwhelming majority of the movies from the 80s, you know, being what we now deem as overtly sexual harassment was commonplace in the fucking movies, which is nuts to think about.
It was very common in movies, this kind of dynamic, but just another drink. Pythona has toes. Is this a foot fetish thing? And is that where we're going here?
Good
I feel like they did show her feet a lot in that movie. Like there was a lot of shots.
Tarantino thing going on there.
Right. That's funny. Actually, couple dudes in the chat showing up from the community. I see my brother Matt from Moe's Mind, G.I. Joe guy who was Conrad Hauser. There's Tex again. What's up, Tex? Very good. Good to see my brothers.
Bringing up, she's got an 80s mullet. Officer Droopy says she does kind of have an 80s mullet there. Girls love a drug addict bad boy. Yeah, do they? That's not good. That's not good. There's a man with a daughter. I'm really hoping she doesn't go the route of.
Don't even get me started. I fret every night. Listen, I grew up. I was a wild person in my 20s. I seen what people are capable of, and I just did not want my daughters to leave the fucking house.
Mm-hmm. Michael Foley's here. Hello, Michael. And he brings up Ode to Cobra. This is another good one here. I got a still image from this. And this is, of course, where Cobra gets like a special perfume that can make everybody want the Baroness, which to everyone watching is like, okay, did not need the perfume. Nobody needed the perfume.
Right. Well, we were having the sexy episode. I sprayed myself before I came down here.
Yeah.
What would have been cooler is if they had sprayed, I think it's Scarlet. Is it Scarlet or Lady J in this episode?
Lady J.
If Lady J had been sprayed with it, and then they're trying to keep Lady J off of the Baroness the whole time, that would make a very interesting episode.
For sure,
so we
for sure.
can imagine that as a horny moment that never happened. You're welcome.
Yeah, she sprays herself. Lady J steals the perfume, sprays herself right in the cleavage too. It's
right, but then it just makes him want her. Like it doesn't work on the women at all, right? So like if she had sprayed herself and then the Baroness couldn't resist her, like missed opportunities.
Yeah, totally. that would have been something for 1980, whatever. All right, let's see. Another one come to mind. Anybody? I've got a few I can jump to.
I'm trying to remember. It was. I mean, I don't want to. I would hate to say it and have you guys have it, but the one where the Baroness is in a bikini. I think it's the Games Master. Is that the one?
I mean, that is like the most aggressive.
Yeah. Insane.
Jeez, okay. I have hiccups. It's the worst. Are you talking? I have hiccups.
That's all right. That one I remember. There was something about because I think when you're and I don't want to speak for women, so Anchor Viper, help me out here. I know from a guy's standpoint, I feel like looking back, as a younger kid, even though you may not have been looking at it in the most straight up sexual way, there was something about boobs, right? Because you figure 4 years ago I was eating from this. So there's something about when you see I feel like something that's like a natural kind of thing. When you see a big rack, that's out there, you're just kind of like, damn, look at that. Why, I don't know why that looks good, but I love it. I think there's
it's like hypnotizing. Yeah.
Right.
There's just something so right about it.
I mean, as I grew up, if I had to choose between the two, and I know nobody's asking, but I'm going to tell you that I would probably have to say I'm an ass man more than a boobs man for sure. Like if there's a girl with a perfect set of boobs and no ass, I'm sorry, I can't mess with it. It just you got to be towing something behind you there. I like a sturdy woman that looks like she can handle it. If that makes any sense.
Like you can handle it. What I'm saying. Yeah, Dave, we do have the blue Cobra chick with her ass hanging out coming up. Don't worry.
Right.
So speaking of so honoring the ass men in the because that's why we're talking about.
Nice.
Let's get to
yeah. Sorry about that.
Are we all ass mans? What about you, Mark?
No.
You're titties, man?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, that's more for us. That's okay.
Right.
What?
Exhibit B.
Of what?
Ass.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah. That kind of came out of nowhere, but I'm nice in the tweets, but a beast in the sheets.
I mean, I like it all, but what are you gonna do?
Right.
Who farted PU says I gotta tell you, never have seen a pair of it's not wise. Okay. that what we're talking about here? Well, I guess you kind of were. All right. Now sounds like Homelander syndrome. Yeah.
Right. The series finale Wednesday. I don't know how invested anybody is in the boys, but I think it's a very interesting, well-written show, and I'm interested to see how they wrap up all that on Wednesday. Going to be fun.
There's a lot in the chat I'm not going to put just for the hell.
I'm so wishing we had a poll out now, ass or titties.
Right. Because I'm sure there's people who say both, but I found that the majority of people immediately have an answer. They're like,
"Oh yeah, it can't be both."
There are lots of feet people somewhere, though. No,
that's fair. There should be representation for people that are seeing, that want to make sure them dogs are barking.
I like to dress. Melty Copper says, I like to dress in a bonnet, a bib, and suckle baby. Nice to know. Good know.
I don't believe you.
I feel bad for Cyber 63 who just showed up. Cypher 63. Even all.
Could you imagine seeing something that says like G.I. Joe, and you're like, oh, what's that? And you click on it, and it's us three talking about, what is it, ass or tits? Tell us.
You must choose.
Right. Pick one. You can't say both. Pick one.
Hey, this time it wasn't me. That's all I'm going to say. So what happened there? This looks like it's just one frame. They just clearly forgot to pull pants on this lady.
It's crazy.
I forgot? I don't know, because they drew her flesh color, but this is another thing. Like, an artist intentionally drew this frame.
Look at that chat.
Miles and miles. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think that's kind of blatant. I mean, even when they do it quick, you still can't help but be like, yo, what? Did I just, and this is coming from a time too where, sometimes, again, to if you didn't have access to woods porn, you found a way to manipulate your eyes to see through the staticky stuff. Like when Cinemax would you could kind of see it. Yeah. Spectrovision. And then every once in a while, bang, it would hit and you'd actually get to see something. And then that image you would have to like try your best to retain that image until you were done.
Thigh High Viper. That's a good one. So, so she's, but in the rest of the episode, she's not wearing this, right? It's just this one moment, right?
Yeah, that's true. But she's addressing the Baroness as mistress right now in this shot. And then cuts to the Baroness wearing her kink outfit, very approving.
Always. Every day. You know what also cracks me about the Baroness that like means like they're always banging? This is like they dress alike. You know what I mean? Like they go out, like, oh, we're gonna wear the black today. Maybe we're gonna wear the pimp daddy, uniform. Maybe. That to me says people who just they're all over each other all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like
if they dress alike.
Yeah, I don't know. Not that I don't want to dress like my I wouldn't want to dress like the girl I'm dating. That would be weird.
Right.
Actually, we'll wear a lot of black, just like the Destro and the Baroness, I guess. So, not black leather suits, and I don't open my chest and have a medallion and shit.
Right. It's very 70s vibe on Destro with that, right? Like I feel like it's almost like if you remember in the 70s they had like them silk shirts with the big ass collars, opened all the way down to the navel, chest hair blinging. Although homeboy is definitely kind of shaved up, but yeah, it's very all the way down to it's not even the navel. It's worse. It's all the way down to the belt. So it's like, it's really, really suggestive. It's one of the things that kind of gets glossed over because there's so much like straight up awesomeness, like his wrist sticks, but yeah, it's I don't know. It's a real choice. I feel like stuff like that. Like it's kind of like how He-Man, when they talk about He-Man being, having this kind of underlying, theme to it, and it's because half of like the lead guy is in furry underoos and a chest plate, like that's it.
Yeah. But Destro, he's just coming out and saying, "Yeah, I'm sexual." Steeler made the right choice. That's a reference to In World Without End, of course, where Steeler plays back to be with the Baroness.
He got so lucky. Lucky.
Yeah, right. I
He gets to
know.
go to a whole yeah, dude. That is a badass episodes.
Imagine that you go to a different reality. Your life sucks, right? You go to a different reality. You show up. You're like, oh, by the way, super hot woman only wears tight leather outfits. We're in love, by the way. You don't have to do any work. You don't have to get there. We're in love. We get right away. We're at it. All you got to do is stay. Come on.
Yeah, totally off limits in your world where you came from. Totally right. In this reality, I'm staying here.
Yeah, right. I like it. It was like, oh, they should really add in a little bit. He's like, yeah, I'm going to stay and fight the rebellion. He's like, are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to come back and see your family and see your mom? No, I'm sure. I'm pretty fucking sure.
Right. Steeler, are you sure you don't want to come back to your existential crisis on the other side of this? Because you were doing so well there.
Or Ezekiel has a nice like a clown referencing. I think he said, if I'm going to dress like my girlfriend, like she's a clown's daughter. Okay. Cheek Viper. Yeah, there's a good Cheek Vipers. Yes. Let's make a Cheek Vipers.
Cake Viper. I like Cake Viper. That's good too.
Oh, nice.
We can't mock the clowns here. Let's not ruin Disney. Do you know my girlfriend's father watches? He watches the show. He does.
Oh, nice.
He's a fan.
My mom told me like last week that she had tuned into a few, and I was like, what? When? What was I? Because I don't know what I said. I talk about my parents a lot. I try to, and then after that, I was like, I just got to make a mental note that they were young, but they tried their best. It was amazing.
Yeah.
You said it was the birth story. You told them about the van.
Yeah, the garage. The garage.
Garage.
Yeah, no, but that's and well. Yeah, I think that my friends always used to have fun with that, because like pull my hair down, looks a little like Jesus was born in a manger / garage. We had a lot of fun with that.
All right, so we got Layla, and as you can see there, I'm gonna maximize you for a minute there, Anchor Viper. You mind?
Sure.
We got Layla in the corner.
There she is.
That's the actual Layla in the corner.
She's my
1-to-1 scale. 1-to-1 scale.
Scale action figure.
1-to-1 scale action figure. Anatomically correct.
Yeah. Very proud of her.
I think we asked this last time. Do you know how much she weighs? Like, what is is it like 100 pounds?
I bet it weighs more than 100 pounds. I'd say more like 150.
Oh, nice. Okay. Pretty cool.
Wait, the Happy Plague Doctor says your grandma was a clown, and you're very proud of your clown heritage. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Okay. Very nice. Okay. So we got. All right. Well, let's throw out what's our next ridiculously like have we proved to those people doubting here, by the way, in the chat that it was sexual by the nature of the showrunners. They're fitting this shit in. Here's another proof. I'm going to throw this Anchor Viper found this one, so you can talk through this, but I'll show you the this is Zorana. You want to talk about Zorana in the Arise Serpentor Arise, and I'll show it.
Yeah.
It's big. It's one of the big ones.
And there's actually a few other ones that because I've been making notes about this for a little while. I don't know if it changed. You want me to talk about it first?
Yeah, talk about it first. Well,
it's a really cool scene actually, and she is dancing out of the tomb backwards. She's like coming out ass first in the first place, which is kind of strange. And then they drew a couple extra details that were not required to make the scene clear.
Here we go.
But I really like this one. Zorana's outfits are only.
Sorry for the loud. Sorry, what were you saying?
Her outfits are often, if you pay attention, sometimes they don't draw all of her shirt. I couldn't find the previous notes I had, but there are some times when half of her boob will be hanging out, half of her shirt will be missing altogether. So there's a lot of really good Zorana ones.
There's a lot of okay. So here it is, though. This is.
Enhance. Damn.
Not an
Tell me they didn't
accident.
do that shit on purpose, man. You cannot tell me they did not do this on purpose.
Yeah.
This is where we all fell in love with punk rock ass crack. Fuck yeah. Yeah, not an accident there. Not an accident there. You know, I thought that the last bit of evidence was pretty damning for the case, but I mean now we're just going way crazy. That's insane. I mean, you gotta kind of zoom in a little bit, but it's there.
Caveman 4207 says crack kills. Gen experience. Oh, hey, hello.
It's a funny comment too.
Rise, depends for a rise. Very nice. We got more people in the chat here. Very
What's
nice.
up, brother? How are you?
Rhinos 3. No longer long. No, she's even with that 2 dimples, right? Like, what is
back dimples.
Oh
those
God.
animators weren't skipping, man. They were not skipping.
Somebody was looking for a raise.
Got a little stamp.
Right? She needs a tramp stamp. How would she not? That girl has a tramp. There's no way that Zorana does not have a tramp stamp.
Yeah.
It's a dreadnought symbol, 100%.
Definitely.
Or maybe Cold Slither. Could be Cold Slither too, possible.
Cool.
Dreadnought. G.I. Joe made me an ass. Okay. Speaking of which, okay. Oh, wait. Here we go. Cold Slither. Yet another great moment. Wait, is this the Cold Slither moment? No, I'm sorry. This is not the Cold Slither moment. Oh, here we go. I just pulled an image from this. Okay, so this is when, of course, in Cold Slither, the Dreadnoughts are, in the band, and they say, they think that these girls are there to like be groupies, and they get really excited. And then the girls show up, CoverGirl Scarlet and Lady J, dressed like that, which is like, come on, again, whoever the animators loved Lady J. You can just like,
right.
All of them, they loved Lady J, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I agree there for sure.
I think it's because her voice, man. She has like the greatest voice.
Yeah,
it really is.
I hated CoverGirl.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
they never like her hair is always different. She never she's just like tossed aside, like she's hardly a part of it. Like
yeah, even that her face there. What's going on there? That's not good.
I tell you, it was when we were standing there talking to Lady J, you could hear it. Like,
Oh yeah.
I'm sure there was a thing where I knew I was talking to her, and so of course my mind is, ramping it up and remembering kind of sort of, but no, for sure. Yeah, you could hear it when she was talking. It was interesting.
Lady J's pretty based too. Mary McDonald on Twitter, she's always commenting on like culture war shit.
She spoke freely. She spoke freely. Yeah.
Yeah. Raspy voice is a major plus. Again, and whatever your politics are, like, we know, don't care. So.
Right. No, she was very much like, it should be okay if we disagree, right? Like that's just not like claiming sides or anything. Just like, here's what I think, here's what you think, and we should both be able to say that.
Yeah,
she
agree
I
on
staunchly
That's
defend that.
what we need to agree on, right?
Right.
All right. So okay, let's call it. All right, we'll call it a few. We got a few more here. One thing. Want to throw this out there. I am starting a membership. If anybody's interested, and if you want to support the channel. However, though, I do want to say you already do support the channel. I acknowledge that, like that. Everybody here, you watch, you share, you sometimes hype, you like things. That supports me, and I really appreciate that. The membership thing will be if you want to support extra. And like I said, I'm not taking for granted the fact that you all support me. But so the memberships, what we're going to do there is we'll have like a thank you at the end of videos. And we're also going to do a once a month membership only live stream. I'm going to keep this Monday live stream going, and open to all. but we'll do another like once a month, just like really unhinged live stream for members. So if you wanna, you can sign up on my channel at any time. Again, if you don't wanna, I get it, and you support me, and I appreciate your support by watching, by sharing, by doing everything you do, by coming here and talking. So yeah, do it if you want. Don't do it if you don't. Right. Anyway, let's talk about.
That's exciting. That's exciting.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This is embarrassing. What the whole thing? The whole thing is embarrassing that we're talking about. I think it's pretty PG. Come on, I don't know, whatever.
I've seen a handful of people that
I'm not feeling that, Duncan. There, not feeling that. I don't get embarrassed, so whatever. Let's move on. Red Ren says, "Clap, I'm late." Okay. So all right, let's go to the next one. Okay, let's see. What do we got left? Let's see. We got, and again, like a couple comments here have been like, "Oh, why are you doing this?" Like we go off the rails pretty much every week, talking about bullshit, like weird shit, when we're not talking about this topic. This topic itself is fairly PG-13, and the other thing is, it's all in good fun to talk about. Like as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to try to talk about literally everything. Like eventually, right? Doing it for a couple of years here. And my goal is I'm going to talk about absolutely every angle. Let's talk about it from every angle. We can possibly attack it. No stones left unturned. That is the goal here. So whether it's lore, taking it really seriously, taking it really not seriously, joking about what is the. I mean, man, I don't know, Duncan. I think I kind of live in the lowbrow, but I don't think it's that lowbrow either. It's no more lowbrow than it is usually.
It's an undeniable aspect of the show.
Yeah,
like
we're pointing shit out. That's real. Like it's not. It's whatever.
It's really only as lowbrow as you make it. I think we're pointing out the fact that these are real artists and real people who are making real art that we as real people are enjoying in the real world.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the reality, and it makes us fucking horny too. So,
yeah,
fucking chill, dude.
Yeah. I
mean, everybody that I've seen that had something that saying like they're disappointed, I've never seen their name in the chat before, so I don't know.
Why would people be disappointed? We're talking about titties, whatever.
It's also fine to have a different opinion. It's also definitely. Wait, articulated ninja.
I feel like these people are actually like super repressed and are leaving this channel to go watch something insane right now.
I don't think he's leaving. He's just saying he doesn't like it. It's all right. It's all right. That's okay. I don't want to.
Maybe he means it's just not crazy enough.
Yeah, maybe.
He says, I'm a foot guy.
Anyway. Okay. So, all right, let's get into the next bit here. Again, like we're not making this shit up. It's in there. So, no drama. Well, it's no drama. I think it's not drama. I'm just acknowledging and moving on. That's all. Sort of the disappointed with the lack of fan service toward the male characters in this video. That's a pretty good point. Did they give you any was there hot male action moments though? Was there any I think maybe because again we got a whole a cartoon written by men back in the day. I agree with you though. I'd be fine with Little Miss Unicorn. I'd be fine with them throwing in. I think now you want to let's just everybody be a little flirty, why not? But I don't think there is anything. I don't think, maybe I missed it because I'm male head, but
I mean,
that technically includes a man. Where I've got some kissing cousins ones that technically includes Destro, and he's technically male.
Oh yeah, okay.
It needed to be more hetero.
Yeah. So what is the kissing cousins moment? Let's talk about that.
That one, I don't have my notes in front of me. I think it's when Lady J is dressed as the Baroness and kisses. That one's an awesome episode because then there's two Baronesses and they fight each other.
Is that the skeletons in the closet?
Yeah.
That's the
No, it's called.
It's a different one.
It's not called Skeletons in the Closet. It's called Last Hour to Doomsday.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, all right.
Now,
Well, you know what? For male representation, I guess to a degree, you kind of had $1 Million Medic, where that very rich lady was chasing after Lifeline the whole time. You know what I mean? I don't know.
yeah, okay.
That seemed a little more like she wanted to marry him type of thing, but she definitely was like, all over it.
Well, here's the kissing cousins moment. There we go.
Because that's actually Lady J.
Hollandette says, "What do you mean? Quick Kick is running around with no shirts and bare feet all the time." That's true. I don't feel like he's very like we don't ogle him. There's no moment in which we ogle him. Okay. Lifted 90 says, "Ever considered Q&A?" Yeah, that'd be great. That would be fun. If people are interested, would people be interested in a Q&A? If you're interested in Q&A, yeah, totally.
Dr. My Carter King Kalel 327 says Dr. Mindbender Jack no shirt. I mean, he's
nobody finds
looks like
attractive.
You know, Dr. Mindbender has a giant Diddy-sized shelf of baby oil. There's no doubt that dude has like just 55-gallon drums. You walk up and it's got a pump right on the top, the whole nine, no doubt.
The thing he has is, anyway, yeah. The Copper Owls just showed up. Hello, welcome. Okay. So so this is she makes out, and you, as you pointed out, they are technically cousins, which brings up one of the most the hottest episodes of the season here, which Skeletons in the Closet, right? So I'll just pull this one clip, and I did a little video editing magic here so we can see
Who's in here?
There we go. So to me, this is one of my ones that I think even as a kid I was like, what's going on there? It's something about the nightgown. It just, there's like, there was more overt things like, Layla cheeks hanging out there. Like that was, obviously what it was, but there was something about this that really did it for me. Now it definitely looks, as much as it looks like a negligee, it also gives off Grandma Moo Moo vibes slightly. So I don't know what it was that did it for me, but 100%.
Let's face it, that's what did it for you, man.
Yeah, right. I was looking for my grandma's Moo Moo to hang out.
That's a pretty hot nightgown. I don't know. I think it works for me.
No, it is for sure. I don't know. As a kid, I remember thinking, I was like, man, what is this doing for me? I don't understand it. And why does it look like something my grandmother would wear?
Yeah. Anyway, this whole episode, just hotness throughout here.
It's awesome. I didn't include this one because I was sure somebody else would include this scene.
Clearly.
For sure. Actually, so when I got my signed poster from Mary McDonald, she actually had one of the ones, and I really went back and forth, but at the end I decided for the card art picture. But she did have that one is stand up straight. She had one turned sideways, and the picture is where I know it's not a camera, but imagine like the scene is they're looking down into the pit, and so she's looking up like her hands are tied like over her head, and she's looking up like this from the Sarlacc pit, and it was really, really, really cool picture. I opted for the card art because and not that it's really raunchy, but my kids insisted on. They're like, Daddy, give me a haul, and show me what you got. And the last thing I wanted to do was pull out. Well, here's this cartoon lady and her boobs out. She signed my picture.
So, Asshole says the only downside of this video is lack of penetration. That'd have been a little too far.
Yeah, right. Whoa.
Good chat.
Pump the brakes.
Destro Design sees Grandma Moo Moo here. Just designs have a sexy grandma. And then Melton Copper says, "Can you see? We want to see your pictures of your sexy grandma." I do not want to see.
Well, she's pretty rotted in the ground by now, but maybe I could find a picture if you want to use. Still alive. She's brown juice now.
Whoa.
Anyway, never thought. G.I. Joe Delta says never thought about cartoons like that when I was a kid. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, you can't help it at that point where they're pulling shit like this. You know, what are you gonna do? And if you ever needed, all right. Anybody else? Well, in the chat, you want to throw anything out that we're missing? Anything we're missing? So here's a good one. This is the male love, the you know, a little bit of the male action here that Unicorn was talking about. What about the scene from the movie where Falcon looks up and has to look at Mercer's crotch? There you go. Right. Yeah.
That's funny.
Thank you, Tex. The girl fight scene. There we go. Now, This is the one thing. Oh, yes. Sorry. You talk about it, Anchor Viper.
No, McFly. We didn't show the girl fight scene yet. There's a couple. I think there's actually a couple of them, but I included a twin fight scene.
Yeah.
Not only are they girls and fighting each other, they're twins. It's actually Lady J dressed as the Baroness, and one is actually the Baroness, but
right.
Pretty badass situation, very horny situation going on.
Now, that's the one thing. If we were to take the comic book and throw it in there, there wouldn't be that much because Larry Hama wasn't, you know, apparently as much of a degenerate as the people who wrote the cartoon. But I will say the one thing he did all the time was he had a cat fight. There's a Zorana Lady J cat fight that's kind of hot, and it's like, and it's not even like lost on it because it's like it's not a fist fight. It's like they're fighting, and all the men stand around and just watch. Right? So, and he also has almost everybody say, like a lot of characters will sexually harass Scarlet. Clutch definitely sexually.
Yeah, Clutch. That's all Clutch does, pretty much in the book.
Operative D says this still needs the Brazzers logo in the corner.
What is this Brazzers you speak of? I don't know of what you speak.
Unfamiliar.
Never heard of it. Never
heard of it.
Is this a website that I should look into? An intellectual website that
has really good articles.
What is it about? Is it about brass coins? Is that what I heard? I thought it was collecting brass coins.
Nope. To be a stepmom.
Was Larry Hama not perfect? Didn't he draw like a sexy Baroness strap? She did get strapped to a tank. That is a good point. A good point.
Well, and he made her that way in the first place. You know, he just like made her kinky.
That's true. Tex is calling you out there for Anchor Viper. Tell him. Yeah, you can.
They don't want to hear it. I was just there's plenty of naked, shirtless dudes in this show. Like it doesn't really need to be called out as more. It's in almost every single episode.
You got Gung Ho, you got Quake.
Yeah, there's plenty of male nudity in the 80s in general, but in this show too. I actually just watched Rambo First Blood for the first time, and
oh yeah,
there are only women in that show, but wouldn't that be cool if that was all females instead?
That would be interesting.
Yeah. Somebody was mentioning in the chat early, and I'm sorry if I was too early, but that a lot of action figures, like guys in the 80s, didn't like girl action figures, so they didn't make them. I never felt that way. I always loved it. What about you? What about were you buying all the girls? Everybody in the chat, or you too? What?
And it's certainly not the case now. I feel like the female figures, they can't keep them in stock now.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think you buy the who cares? Like, I think everybody now loves the female characters. I think they do.
Yeah, no, we've plenty of people have on the timeline have talked about we want a female Viper. Give us a female anything, like any of the troopers. Shit, give me a female Televiper. I would love it, or a Techno Viper, like all that shit.
Yeah.
Just make it in the same vein of the female Crimson Guard. I mean, look how cool that is. Now there's always, they did stupid shit like they put the same size backpack on the female that they did the male, and it looks a little big. The red is a little off from the other, but whatever. No, but in like imagine the retro Viper, right? The classified retro Viper look that they did, and having that, in that female kind of buck. I think that'd be amazing.
And let's just clarify that the reason why we like hot women in Cobra uniforms is because we believe in feminism and we want equal rights for all. It's not a weird fetishy thing that we like the idea of women that can kick the shit out of us.
Right.
And that's why I buy them, but I understand if that's not why you guys buy them.
No, that is why we buy them. 100%. That was
what do you mean we didn't like? Guys don't like didn't like the Baroness figure? What are you talking about?
It's funny because it's not about some. It's all about that. It's all about,
for sure. No, I genuinely.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's hot, man. Yeah, give me some Valkyries. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Benedict in the 1698 says female range vipers. Love it. Give it to me.
Yes, we like the bad girls. Yeah, I was being sarcastic. We like the bad girls, yes. And or girl, even like a good girl that can kick the shit out of you. Like that's hot as hell. Like Gina Carano. She got her ass kicked. Ronda
Rousey. Yeah.
Yeah, she did get her ass kicked. But I mean, like
Gina Carano could kick your ass like Ronda Rousey could.
They could both kick my ass, I'm sure. Like I'm not like, I'm not, so either one, we're like fine. I like Gina a little better.
Yeah.
But she's
hot, man.
Really hot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
so hot.
Yeah. I had just gotten home from Long Island, the trip on Saturday, and I was making something to eat in the kitchen, and I saw that 17-second atrocity. I say that, God bless them both. Get some money, go do what you got to do. But I was like, oh, this is about to come on. Like they were just getting in. They were checking Gina's gloves. How they check the face and everything. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll watch this. And I sat down. I put the food in the microwave, timed it for a minute and a half, and the fight was over before I even took a single bite of food.
How do they not fix that a little bit? They used to do that in the 80s. They would say make it last like a minute, 5 minutes.
Right.
Like he did with the Tyson fight.
Yeah, at least the Tyson fight would go 60 seconds. I mean, he did have a few. His first actual what they consider professional fight was actually in the Olympics, and it was a trial round, and he knocked the dude out in 8 seconds. 8 seconds. Out goal.
Even women with daddy issues are hot. Very good point. Strong females are hot, sexy, fun. Yeah, a lot of the time this is talk online of these channels that are obsessed with how media's been ruined, and when a lot of it I agree with, but the idea that's we don't no, we want the badass girl. It's fun, dude. More badass girl kicking ass. If you do it right, if you do it wrong, yeah, it sucks. But if you do it right, it's badass and it's fun and it's kind of hot and it's all good. Anyway.
Second that. I agree.
Okay. So, all right, let's get to, we got a few left. Okay. We got another cat fight here. This provided by Anchor Viper here. You want to talk us through this one?
Oh, cool. So she's actually tearing up bats. She's not fighting another woman, but this was, I think this is from that same episode, actually. Or is this from Arise, Serpentor Arise, Part 2? But that's Dana, but she's kicking Bat's ass like she's Sergeant Slaughter. Just talk about badass babes. She's just picking him up and throwing him, throwing him across the room with one arm like this.
Yeah.
And that's super horny.
Yeah. And Dana from everybody loves Dana from the October Guard. Yeah, that is the weird, that's the weird pink Dana.
Right? We're assuming that's her, but
yeah, don't like her look as much. But here's a really good one that Anchor Viper pointed out that I was not aware of here, and this is just more of a more of a animator accident, maybe. I don't know. What do you think?
Maybe this is one where some detail was drawn that was not necessary. If anybody could point out the extra detail, that could be nothing but a Labia lip.
Bit of shading.
Yeah, there's a little lip there drawn at the very top of her thigh. Unless she's got some fat rolls.
You know, yeah.
Yep,
It's hard to confuse it as anything, but
I mean, that
You
shit
know.
happens. You know what I mean? It folds over accidentally. You know, whatever.
a little bit of it's hoofish, if we will.
I think what's clear is that she was unconscious. Somebody did that. Some pervert. You know.
Yeah, maybe
Right.
her cousin right there.
Ow. Yeah, he's some honor. He wouldn't do that. Sure.
Yeah. Well,
His
yeah, I
cousin?
mean, that's from Memories of Mara, I think. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, there's a good one. Memories of Mara, right? Okay. No,
Yeah, that's this episode. I tried to pick a little different one, like a not clearly like everyone. Okay, mermaids are horny. Clearly.
And Shipwreck is just the horniest person in all of G.I.
Yeah.
Joe. That's to me, like, he's not only is he the horniest person in all of G.I. Joe, he's pretty much the horniest, I think, protagonist in any 80s action figure lore, right? He's like the guy that wants the girls flossing the wrong way.
That's funny.
Jesus Christ.
Perv Viper did it. That's a good one.
There's a handful of comments that are good.
Tex says, and I think it's pretty legitimate. No way that's an accident. If this was an accident, they would have redone it. The artist slipped it in, no pun intended. Yeah. They slipped it in. Yeah, this is actually very standard, and this is very like something that happened. I think which is Tex knows because he knows the guy that did the cover of the Little Mermaid. They love doing this stuff. One frame. Like, here's the thing. Like, they had no idea you were going to have the ability to go and frame by frame. They had no idea this was going to be uploaded to the internet forever. They
Right. They were looking at it like, what are the chances somebody's going to have it on VHS is going to get up and push the button on it to stop it and see it and fucking, they're just thinking, hey, we'll slip this in again, no pun intended, but like, we'll get this in there. And like, the same thing with the Serena butt crack and the two back dimples. Like, that's so specific. Now, maybe you could excuse that ass crack for like, oh, that was not, what a stroke of the pen, whatever. But then when you add those two, the detail of those dimples right there, that makes all of it absolutely on purpose.
Brand new low. You mean for the animators or for us? I don't care. Like, whatever. Either one.
Oh, right.
Nice. Oh, we got a new subscriber there. So there you go. Oh yeah, subscribe to TV Cobra, Destro Designs, and I assume you're already subscribed to me, or you probably wouldn't be here. So whatever. But
very cool. Cal says, where'd it go? Oh, fuck. I hate it when it does that. He said, Destro's saying, bring Gyno Viper. The Gyno Viper.
Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah. Cal.
That's funny.
Gyno Viper. Horrifying. Okay. All right. Well, we're pretty much, I think we've covered the majority. And then a lot of you have said over there, you said Games Master. Yeah, of course. Agree. Yes. Game Master is definitely there, and that's going to be the last one because it's the horniest episode of there. Dr. Fisterbot. Oh, wait. Okay. Zorana had butt dimples. This is a good point. Did we go through Zorana? So this is a particularly extreme version of this, which is from the movie when we first see Zorana, right? We see her and she's dressed up like a blonde girl, right? And
she's the one that she's Falcon's date.
Yeah, and then he takes her in and he like tries to get laid and he uses GI. He's just the worst person. And then
he almost shoots fucking Duke.
Yeah, and then you see her and she's on the beach and she's taking off her clothes and she's got like a bathing suit on. It's like relatively, demure bathing suit. It's nothing like too extreme here. And but originally she was going to be naked. They were going to have her bare butt because it was a movie. And
Crazy.
that was that. You could actually see the somewhere. I have the storyboards of it, but they didn't do it because obviously it's too far. It's going too far. So, and I would agree. It's
Right.
for me. At that point, I would have 87. Wait, how old was I in 87? No, I was 13. Okay, I probably should have been okay with that. Whatever. I was a little immature.
Yeah, that
87, I'd be fine with that. Yeah, but I guess earlier than that, you're a kid, you're seeing that, it might be a little awkward. But then, what's his face comes around. Thrasher goes around and he grabs her, and she just bitch slaps him and throws him in the lake.
Going for a dip, love.
So yes, exactly. So that's another really good one that definitely deserves to be in here. But all right, we can kind of wrap it up. We've got to go to our last big one here, which is the Game Master, because it's just full of horniness. It's just, this is where the writers just went off the charts. They gave up, and they just gave us. And I'm going to show you one quote that is going to just it's so extreme. Okay. But anyway, last calls in the chat. Anything we missed? Oh, we didn't talk about Mainframe and Zorana. I feel Mainframe is very he hits on her pretty relentlessly in that episode.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's one of my that episode really sticks in my head. For some reason, I always really liked Mainframe, and there was something about there was parts of it where she was clearly hitting on him, and I don't know if you realized it, or at least as a kid, it was like, dude, she's doing that thing. She likes you, even though as a kid you didn't really know what it fully meant. But it was like, dude, she's throwing herself at you. What is the problem here?
Oh, okay. So Tex brings up the no one-eyed tentacle monster. Yeah, I feel like we kind of covered it in the episode. But yeah, you're right, because you got that moment where she's dangling over. She's in the nightgown, so it's kind of hot. She's dangling over, and because she's stretched tight, that does accentuate certain things. She's dangling over a pit, and we see the tentacle monster.
Right.
Yes.
I think we actually talk about the tentacles every single time I come on. I think we've talked about this episode every single episode.
Yeah, why would we not?
It's the Sarlacc monster, right? Isn't that what it's called? The Sarlacc pit or something like that?
Yeah, that's an awesome one.
Yeah, that's an amazing one. A couple times Operative D just mentioned it, but he talks about Cadet Deming in No Place Like Springfield. And then there's Shipwreck's wife. Kind of, when he first wakes up and she climbs into bed. Yeah, she climbs into bed, and her I remember the specific scene. So he's kind of laying down, and she leans in to give him a hug, and her backside is right up in the air. Her back is all arched, and it's a pretty blatant one. Again, you could obviously go through and freeze frame a bunch of different things where it winds up being in a pose, but it doesn't necessarily mean that's what they were doing in the moment. But this is what she's leaning in to kiss him, and she's definitely got that thing thrown right up in the air.
Yeah. Oh yeah, let's just point out we got a lot of argument going on in the chat here. Duncan, Melted Copper just made one joke at you. He makes jokes at me probably 50 of them a night. I don't think he really cares. I don't think he's trying to really go at you at all. I think he just made one joke. He makes jokes about everybody. He started off with a joke about Anchor Viper. It's just a joke, dude. Just a joke. Melted Copper, you can probably ignore it. I think he just took you seriously like you were coming at him. But it's really just a joke. So there we go. We can move on here. No, nobody's saying this is sexy. The passed out woman in front of 3 dudes. It's the fact that they drew in nudity. That's what's there, buddy. Yeah.
I've never seen somebody stick around to watch so much that he can't stand. He's telling us the whole time that he can't stand any of this, but he's just hanging out. There's plenty of shit to watch on the internet. That's not this.
So anyway, yeah, I don't know, but yeah, Melted Copper just jokes all the time, and I appreciate that. I love the guy. Much love to you, Melted Copper. Honda Lou and Roblox. There was very little sexual tension between Honda Lou and Roblox, right?
Roblox, a true gentleman.
He was a gentleman. He's no shipwreck.
This is kind of funny. The blind wilderness man calling Snake Eyes a strapping lad. That's funny. Hey, he's been in the woods for a long
He
time.
really has, man.
We can smell him.
Well,
It
let's
was
also
right. I
remember-
know. That's Jesus Christ.
Also remember that he spent an hour putting herbs all over his naked body.
Oh yeah, he used Braille. He can tell.
He's like, I put herb. You were going to die of radiation poisoning, but I spent an hour and a half rubbing herbs into your flesh.
Right. I was only smudging you with some sage. I didn't touch you except for when I fingered you.
Yeah. So good moments from the comics. Yeah, so this is a good question. The only thing I can think of from the comics would be there's a lot of girl fights. So there's a lot of moments in which like Larry Hama writes in, like I think there's maybe not a lot. There's like at least 2 or 3 moments where it's like Lady J fights Zorana is the one that really sticks out to me, and it's like they're fighting and all the men like gather around like this is kind of hot. Let's watch this shit. You know what I mean? Like
Right. Don't break it up. Let him go.
Yeah, I feel like Larry doesn't quite go there. He's not, I think if anything, like when women are presented like sexualized, he usually has them fight back and kick the shit out of the guy who does it. So there's just not a lot of that. There's not a lot of that. The one episode where women do come off as kind of like props is the one that he didn't write, which is the one where the ladies are like the Met. They're like kicking and you know what I'm talking about. It's like one of the worst episodes, the worst issues in all of GI Joe. It's the one where Firefly throws hot dogs and all the women are in it. It's horrible.
Oh yeah, no, that is bad. That one is bad.
Issues in the entire, absolutely the worst. So, heated topic. Call sign smash. Who would have thought this would be such a heated topic? A bunch of dudes talking about a cartoon and a woman, and we did have a woman, Lynn Green, who's here every week, who was earlier. So you're not the only woman Anchor Viper. I think we've had a couple.
Miss Unicorn, maybe was it?
Oh, Miss Unicorn, yeah, we've 3. Okay, that's the record. So, we had a question: does your Anchor Viper outfit match Layla's outfit? Kind of, not quite, right?
Kind of does, not exactly.
No, yeah.
I almost took her outfit for today. I almost put her in a different outfit.
Yeah, okay.
I wore this one today, but they're similar. Hers is better. Hers is hornier than mine.
What is really weird is no one was married out of all the Joes. Actually, in the comic book, a lot of them are married. So, well, or not a lot. But Grunt is married and Duke is married.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Or Ezekiel
horny to marry.
I already had your moment in this community today. Oh, you did? Okay. Okay? I don't know. I don't know anything about that. All right. I don't know why I called that out. European mission. Yeah, maybe. All right. So, all right. Let's get into our last. I think any other like ones we should hit up, or I'll get to our last 2, and all from the Games Master. The Games Master is absolutely the one where it's like there's no argument here. This is the 8th episode of GI Joe. It's absolutely ridiculous. And this the first we're gonna get. Oh, Mainframe was divorced. Oh, interesting. Okay,
that sounds familiar now that he says it.
Is that from the cartoon? I'm trying to remember Zorana. So he gets into Zorana. That's kind of hot. That episode. But Marissa Fairborn is Flint and Lady J's child. That's true, and she shows up in Transformers. But okay, so here's the Games Master clip here, and this is when they go out and they start grabbing the. Oh wait, no, we missed another one. Wait, which was the episode in where she shrinks. They turn into like old people, right? How did I?
This one's really cute, actually.
Oh, here it is. Okay, let's go to this. Yeah,
I really was bluffing.
Flint, we made a slight miscalculation.
What's wrong?
I think I've grown a little too big for my britches.
That's
good Lord.
Oh, that's so cute. That's very. And I mean, it's all a very innocent PG-13. Sexuality. It's not anything over the top, but it's kind of hot. I think it's even more hot that it's a little PG-13 kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's so cute. It's like
now she's trying to figure out how to get where she's going with no pants. Oh no.
Yes. Yeah, so the reason why is she becomes an old person. Then she gets shrunk down into a little kid, and then when she grows back and they reverse the problem, she grows off her pants. She's walking around as a little kid, but she's just got like her sweatshirt over her whole body.
Yeah.
And when she rides back, she's like completely whatever, naked. But oh wait, here we go. Joe Hot Fleisch. There was an issue during the Battle of Benzene where Lady J leaves the convoy, unbuttons her shirt. One of the Benzene freedom fighters tells her to cover up. Interesting. Okay. All right, so let's get into our last. This is from the Games Master. And let's see.
I do not have a crush on her, Coco.
Uh-oh. Horny.
I think he just put her in a box.
Couch.
Open the door!
Yeah. Megan Doomer, geez, when do people become boring, dull, offended, Puritans? Enjoy the hot cartoon ladies and stop complaining. Yes, hot cartoon lady. Come on. You can't look at that. You tell me that we're making this up.
Right. Right.
We are seeing with our adult eyes that an adult did not put in there on purpose in 19
for sure.
Friggin' 3, 4 or whatever it is,
for sure.
That is 100% not my thing. This is not me making shit up, just us commenting. That is crazy. First of all, the other funny thing here is he talks about at the beginning. He says,
Games Master likes lady?
I do not have a crush on her, Coco.
Yeah, I'm going to confirm. Games Master does not like the lady. He does not have a crush on her. That man is about as gay as it comes.
Right.
No?
Right.
Anything wrong with that? No, all good.
No, for sure.
Love my gay brothers and sisters here. But he's gay. No, he's not gay. He's gay.
100%.
Right. He's a master gooner, one or the other. He's gay, dude. He's gay. There's no way he cares about. Although he does ambush her in a dressing room, which is a little wrong. And then he abandons the Baron. He gets the Baroness in like a hot tub in a bikini. That's why she's in a bikini the whole episode. Okay, the fact that she's in a bikini the whole episode is so unnecessary. By the way, there's zero reason for it.
Right.
Right. Other than because it's fun.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, right.
And there is a camera installed in the dressing room in this guy's place.
You beat me to it. You beat me to it.
People are pointing out she looks like Velma. It totally is a Velma outfit.
Yeah.
Like Velma cosplay.
Melted Copper says we can appreciate 90s April O'Neil. She has rather stellar pectoral muscles. Yeah, she was. That was
good point.
Pretty blatant.
Not ignoring it. I think, she was definitely meant to be attractive. There's no way. Nobody was not noticing the curves on the April O'Neil, right? Yes. Hey, it's Bree agrees.
Maybe another female.
Yeah, another female. Here we go.
What is that for?
Very nice. Yes, there we go.
You just got to make it hornier, and the girls will come out.
We do need more male representation. I didn't throw in a lot, admittedly, but it's like the men are not gazed upon. They are shirtless all the time, like Gung Ho. But I don't think Gung Ho. He's not. Is Gung Ho anybody's type, really?
Right. Maybe a swamp rat. Some a couple of Zarana's friends from before she quit high school or something like that. Maybe interested in a guy like Gung Ho, but I'm not so sure.
And we've seen Bree has been here before, so thanks for coming back. Nice, great. Here you go. Red-blooded American cartoon greatness. Yes. All right, let's get to the last. Any last call? This is the last call because I think we've covered a lot here. We're coming in on 2 hours, which I like it if they're under 2 hours, which is always difficult. But we always like it under 2 hours. I think that makes it the most rewatchable and fun.
Sure.
And we might make 14 minutes. That's probably enough for us to talk.
Sounds right.
Oh, damn, Kal-El.
What's that?
Kal-El, you might not be able to see it. Yeah, he said Gung Ho is Game Master's type.
Yeah. Why did you kidnap him, man? Come on.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, actually, your wife married a big dumb Marine. Okay, yes, of course, yeah. But do you have like you get the gung ho mustache? You get the baldness. I guess I
You got the tattoo.
You get the tattoo on your chest. You know, yeah. Wait, didn't Duke bang a mermaid? No, that would be Shipwreck who banged a mermaid. Okay, right. That's a Shipwreck thing. Rogue, yeah, Rogue is crazy sexualized. She always has been. Yeah, it's like
right.
One of the almost over the top, like overly sexualized characters in all of comic books. It has to be Blue Oyster Bar. Actually, all of the Dreadnoks, pretty much, right?
Right. Yes. There's so much midriff showing with the Dreadnoks.
There's a lot of midriff. A lot of unnecessary male midriff on the Dreadnoks.
100% Blue Oyster Bar from Police Academy, without question. A lot of leather.
Ex Libris got to get the abs first. Yeah, yeah. All right, so let's go to it. This is the ultimate. I think the ultimate one. All right.
What do we do now, Ernest? Are we gonna fight? There's no time to do both. There's no time to do
J out
both.
first. You might double team me.
Oh,
You get a little echo there, but you can hear that last bit.
Yeah. Yes.
Let's just play that one more time. Just that last bit there.
Yeah.
J out, you might double team me.
nice.
That's the most. That's so over the top. That's so like ridiculous. That's so over the top, man.
Given that Duke is on top of her state of undress, that is not an accident. There's as we say, moving through post-production and all the things that happen, that is for sure them talking about a straight up three-way without question.
I mean, double team, means, and clearly as a kid you would be like, oh, that means they'll team up and fight her.
They're gonna fight, right? But as an adult,
you used a lot of ways to say that shit.
Yeah, they could have said team up or hang up,
right.
not double team.
Right, or it's going to take two of you to keep me down, or something, which even still sounds, a little wild. But yeah. I think with one of the things about the English language is there's multiple ways to say the same thing, right? And so when you put all these things combined together, and like in this instance as well as like the ones that we've already shown, it's hard to say that it was an accident. I think at this point that if we were doing this for a jury and presenting evidence, the jury in any subjective way would never be able to say, oh yeah, these are accidents. They're not.
There's no friggin' way that's an accident, man.
Nope.
No.
But I wonder though, like since we're like, okay, boom, this is undeniably on purpose. You have to wonder though, like, is it something where the writers got, like, I don't want to say bored, but like, you're writing all these episodes, you're in the writer's room, you're constantly throwing out all these ideas. And then every once in a while, like, maybe I don't want to say you're in a writer's block, but there's something going on where you're just like, well, fucking have Duke throw her or Flint throw her on the goddamn ground and make a joke about a three-way. You know what I mean? Like, what?
They were having fun, man. It was fun.
Yeah,
I think they're bored too, and I think it's partly what Tex said too, is that they feel like they're getting pushed around by their producers, and their producers aren't even paying attention to what they're putting out. So they're like, you know what? I'm putting some horny innuendo in here, and you're not even going to notice.
Right. It's very, like Tyler in Fight Club, where he slips the dicks in the movie. He works at the theater, and he just puts that clip in where they just show a dick real quick in the frame, and it's just it's like nobody may really it's not going to be a well-known thing, but like I know it was there. I was he's like you watch out in the crowd and you see people kind of look around like, what the fuck was that? So there is a kick to be had on it for sure.
Kids will not pick on those. Yeah, they're not going to pick up on those double entendres. Yeah, no, whatever double entendre. They're not going to, of course, and that's why it's nice and innocent, it's fun, whatever. I never would have thought of it as a kid, but it totally is there, and it's obvious as an adult. It's obvious they put it there, like just like hands down. Like there's no way they did not mean to do that shit.
Right. Where'd it go? Cal just had a good one. He said this stuff was for the parents who were forced to watch with their kids. Right. Like I was saying in the beginning of the show that, like, yeah, you watch cartoons now, they definitely put maybe not necessarily this rather overt sexual, innuendo, but they definitely make adult jokes that the kids don't get, but the adults do, and it makes it fun. I mean, shit. Like I don't know if you guys watch it out there, but there's this show Gumball. It's a cartoon.
Gumball,
it's fucking amazing. An unbelievable show. The editing, the jokes, it's top notch. I laugh out loud. I feel like every 7 seconds when we watch that show. It's so damn good. But my kids don't understand, some of the ones that I'm laughing at, right? I laugh at the kid jokes too because it's that good.
Yeah.
But there's definitely stuff that they're saying that sometimes my kids will be like, why is that funny? And I'll just be like, I'll tell you later, as in like 4 years.
So some hot tank on tank action throughout the first few Sunbow seasons. I don't remember that. Yeah. So this is the undisputed evidence there that this is the way they did it back in the day. This is about as extreme as it can get.
Right. For sure.
But it's all good fun. It's all good fun. I'm sure if I talked to Buzz Dixon, he would confirm that they just were fucking around because they could.
Agreed. Right. We were stuck in a writer's room for a whole week trying to knock out a handful of episodes just to get the I don't know. I can see so many different reasons why they would want to put something in, for on purpose or, even just trying to, slide it in under the radar.
Slide it in. There you go. So,
you just can't help yourself.
Melted Copper says Design wants to talk about being a brony, a My Little Pony fan. Now, with that being said, my daughters loved My Little Pony.
It's good.
There's a bunch of it. I know what is the one where they go to they become kids, actual little girls.
Like, okay, the high school thing,
high school, whatever. Yeah, I could sing. My kids love that soundtrack. I could fucking sing every song that's on there. It's hilarious.
Honestly, it's a good show. I enjoyed it. Another one, Retro Turd mentions is Adventure Time, which is like one of my favorite things of all time. I'm obsessed with Adventure Time. It's a masterpiece. It's so good. And then it absolutely has all kinds of adult shit in it. I think it's more common now. Like one of the things that my kids are in there is Demon Slayer, right? Which is like, it's full. And somebody mentioned this earlier about anime. It's like full of sex. It's not even really hidden. And it's extremely violent. It's brutal in its violence. You just couldn't get away with shit back then like that. So they had to kind of hide it and sneak it. So that's what makes it kind of funny, is that it's like inserted in and everything, you know what I mean? Whereas like now, it's out in the open. It's just basically the way things are done. But Orzekio says I'm gonna need a cigarette after the stream.
Nice. That's a good one.
It's been fun. Yeah, it's been fun. All right. Well, I think we've basically covered it all. And we can maybe make the 2-hour mark. So any last words here? Either what your comments on it? Why is G.I. Joe the most oversexed? Is it the most oversexed IP from the 80s, and why? Or and then let us know what you're doing. I guess Anchor Viper will let you lead us off.
I don't know if it's the most oversexed, but I definitely appreciate that about it. I love that. I think the Baroness is kind of front and center in the sexiness. I think Lady J had a lot of sexy moments too, but the Baroness, I think, was the start of all of our fires there for the horniness, and we'll always love her for that.
True.
Nice. True. Nice. That's what's up. I can't say for sure if it I'd have to kind of really think about, but if for my memory, since we came up with the topic and looking back and thinking about it, it's almost like God, I really don't remember there being anything like this in any of the other cartoons. Like I've tried to
Oh,
rack
yeah,
my brain. I pulled up just real quick. I was like, I'll get a list, and I looked at a list of like all the cartoons from the '80s, and like nothing stuck out. That not even necessarily like I'm sure there maybe is singular moments here and there, but even like legitimately just looking at the list, trying to find something, I was like, man, I can't think of anything. I think there's probably more innuendo in 90s Disney's movies than there is in any other cartoon I grew up watching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fucking A. Definitely the Baroness and Lady J, and even Scarlet in a way, they all had their all had their things that, you know, as a kid you enjoy. Like the Baroness, I don't know. I've always had a thing, you know, long hair, glasses, you know, so that
Oh yeah. It's the best.
I don't know if it I don't know
100%.
what came first, the Baroness or my love for that, but either way, I relate the two of them. And then, you know, as we've talked about this, Lady J, her voice, you know, there was always something about her, especially the way they had her dressed like multiple times and stuff like that. Like she popped up a ton, like for as
Dude,
much as
a
the
lot.
Baroness.
They
Right?
loved her, man. She
Right,
was
for
obviously
sure.
somebody's favorite. She
Yeah.
was, yeah. Scarlett had gone away, and they didn't really care about her as much. She was the favorite, without a doubt. It's that voice, man. She has the sexiest voice of any woman ever.
For real.
Really
Yeah.
does.
Yep.
Really has the best voice.
In that episode where she is disguised as the Baroness, I would have loved it if they had her try to do a Baroness impression. And then you would have
Really hot.
Mary McDonald do it in her raspy voice doing a Baroness accent, which would be so cool.
Well, the Baroness herself has a little bit of a husky in her voice, right? As much as you know, it's feminine and the accent is very thick. You feel like there's some bass in her voice too, which makes it that's why that's a good call, because I feel like, you know, it would have been interesting. Like obviously you'd notice it and you'd be like, oh my God, that's Lady J trying to sound like the Baroness. But I think that's what would make it awesome, right? Like that it's obvious what it is, and you know, it doesn't work when she gets caught.
Truth, Retro Turd, all the figures, the only one that's hot in the sculpt is the Baroness. Scarlet and CoverGirl got dirty. Scarlet's not that. She's all right. She's all right, but the CoverGirl's terrible.
To be fair, the Baroness figure she was a little linebackerish in the upper body, right? Like the shoulders and everything. She was a little bit, you know, really beefcake. Like she looked Diesel in a way, but it was, you know, didn't matter because when you looked at the cartoon,
good, man.
and yeah, when you looked at the card art, it was.
You're not looking for that, as a kid. But Scarlet never got that. And yeah, she's in a weird bodysuit. It's not, whatever. It's not. It wasn't that. It didn't do it. She was covered from head to toe, which is great, right? Whereas Lady J always had the cleavage. Even the action figure had the cleavage.
Yeah,
so,
true.
That's what did it to you,
Operative D was a good call. He says Kathleen Turner had that low voice thing too. She did. It was similar, definitely. Romancing the Stone and what is it? Jewel of the Nile, Romancing the Stone. Those two movies.
Oh, hey, it's Breeze's long hair and glasses. Oops, runs off because like afraid, like intimidated, or like too hot, or like not your thing. Because for me, it's the librarian girl. That was like, the best thing you could ask for. Okay, Raptor was pretty sexy in a zoology bird watching sort of way. Very nice, nicely done. All right. Well, let's see. Anything going on in your channels? What do you got? Anchor Viper? Anything coming up?
I think we've got some. Tex is constantly working on programming. I'm like, oh, I thought stuff wasn't supposed to come out till the fall. Then he's constantly got stuff coming out sooner. So there's gonna be, everybody check out TV Cobra. It's not the same channel as the Anchor Viper channel, which you'll find here, but find TV Cobra. Find us on X and the tvcobra.com. Also, we've got a Patreon. All the links are there on Twitter and on YouTube. So the next thing we'll have coming out is season 2.
Nice.
Thanks to all of you guys. So just follow everything and keep up with that.
What about you, Destro?
Well, Destro Designs, Viper Den Studios. You can find both accounts on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Saturday night is generally the main event. Lately, I've had a couple, like a Friday show, a Sunday show, to kind of accommodate good guests. Like I did Sunday, I basically told May Mylar, just tell me when you can come on and I'll do it. But Saturday night, 8 o'clock Eastern time, that's usually when everything jumps off. This coming Saturday, we've got Roadblock and CG Horror coming in.
Nice.
I'm waiting for Riptide to confirm. So we're going to rap about our trip last weekend, meeting up and everything. And Roadblock's got some new stuff. He's launching a line of figures, and we're going to do a whole bunch of talking about that and everything. So that's exciting. That's just coming on this week. And then I have a bunch of other guests that I'm throwing back and forth on dates, so I don't want to announce anything until it's actually for sure. And then on Mondays, you can catch me here as always. Mark, thank you so much for always having me on. I appreciate it. I look forward to the members only thing. I think we can have a lot of fun with that. That's pretty dope. And that somewhere down the future, which is coming sooner than later. Stay tuned for destrodesigns.com. Again, that's something. There's a lot of things that are still being worked out, but right now I have commitments from some heavy hitters in different aspects of what the G.I. Joe community is, right? We have toy photography, we have writing, we have a bunch of different ways, 3D printing, all kinds of stuff. And it's going to be basically an extension of the community we have on Twitter, and it's going to offer all the best parts, but in one place where, there's going to be a small corner maybe for verified people to trade figures, which is something that's, I think been needed for a while, where, instead of having to go to eBay, we can all put our stuff out there a little bit and have fun with that. And then, as always, community giving away, things of that nature. That's what's going to happen there. So stay tuned for that as well.
Nice. Just wanted to mention Lisa Roberts showed up. So glad I bumped to the channel, which makes 5 women in the chat and on the screen there. So there you go. So Melted Copper says he's been asking for you every week, by the way, Anchor Viper. Maybe we'll see Anchor Viper another 8 months again, cries into pillow. Hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Yeah, it'll be sooner than that.
Nice. But it's all fun. What do I got going on? I usually put out a couple videos out a week, but this week I actually just recorded most dangerous vehicles in Cobra and G.I. Joe, which somebody actually here, I think, proposed to me, and I wasn't sure who, but I did try to shout out to that, but that's going to be a fun one. And then I also did a thing on file cards, so the greatest file cards. So those are coming out.
Nice.
And I'm working on the mythology of Cobra.
Nice. That's exciting.
So a lot of things coming out soon. Thank you all. That was fun. Next week I'll have Matt Morgan from Heroes for Hire Comics Club here. We're going to talk about and Destro Design, as always, comic book characters that we want and classified is the subject.
Nice.
So yeah. Other than that, I guess we'll say goodbye. So
Love
sad.
it. Thanks, y'all.
That was a fun one. Thank you all. We'll see you next time.
Later.
Hail Cobra, everyone.
Oh yeah, Roadblock. We love you, Roadblock.
Yo, love you, brother, for sure.
Yeah. All good fun. You're a good man. Good man. All
nice.
right.
100%.
Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone in the chat, for being here. It's great to see everyone. Hail Cobra.
Yeah.